Hello Physical Fiends, it's Jordan here again with some recent announced physical releases. These are games that were just announced in the past couple of weeks. They are not releasing this week. That video is on Mondays, okay? You're on the wrong day if you think this is that video. Little Kitty Big City is a nice, expected release. Cats are in fashion these days just as much as they were with the Egyptians. I should probably make a video about all the damn cat games available on the system. This game I haven't played, but it seems like the vibe is the antithesis of Stray. That is dark, moody, maybe even a little bit scary, whereas this one is bright and colourful. It looks absolutely adorable, and I definitely would prefer to play this over Stray, personally. It's like Untitled Goose Game, but with a cat. It's releasing physically March next year, and the pre-order comes with a Lost Cat poster, a mini manual, a download code for the soundtrack, as well as a reversible cover. It's coming in March, and if you want to pre-order it or any of the other retail games in this video, please consider using the links in the description. That massively helps me out. You can order from VGP with any of the links and support the channel in the best way possible. They're a great company with free worldwide shipping on orders over 80 Canadian bucks. That's 60 American dollars, not that much, and I really appreciate your support. Caravan Sandwich has been confirmed for a physical release next year. During the announcement, they stated pre-orders open now, but there's nowhere to actually pre-order it, so I'm not sure what's going on. It looks like a really interesting 3D puzzle adventure game with good production value, and it's getting a physical release on Nintendo Switch and PlayStation 5 sometime next year. Sugardew Island is a damn cozy game that's releasing next year, supposedly early-ish, and there will be a physical release coming on Nintendo Switch and PlayStation 5. Again, there are no pre-orders open right now, but it looks like an interesting game where you own a farm shop. It's specifically inspired by the DS versions of the Harvest Moon games, which I haven't played, but maybe they're a good starting point for, something damn cozy. RIKI 8-Bit Game Collection is getting a physical release in Europe for sure, which I find very peculiar. The game is releasing physically in Japan this week, but Clear River Games have recently announced a retail release in Europe on Nintendo Switch. I don't know how or why two wannabe NES games and some music samples can survive at retail in the West, but props to them for trying. Since it's Clear River Games, look out for Limited Run maybe doing this in North America in the future too. It's not a given, but it's likely, I would say. Care Bears Unlock the Magic is a game that confused me because there is another Care Bears physical coming out in Japan in a couple of weeks. Due to the box art and proximity and announcement, I actually thought this was a Western name change for that game. But no, there are two Care Bear games coming. One is coming physically in Japan very soon, and this one, Unlock the Magic, is coming in the West in March next year. The former is a platformer, whereas this one seems to be more like a party game. This will be on Switch and PlayStation 5. Despera Drops finally has an official physical release announcement. I think we all knew it was coming, but now we know for sure. Despera Drops is a long way off though. You're going to be waiting until summer next year for this Otome visual novel. Atomfall is a game from Rebellion, a survival game set in northern England after a nuclear disaster. It feels like someone on the dev team accidentally visited Barnsley and thought, yeah, this is exactly like a post-apocalyptic wasteland. To be fair, it's a unique setting, and I think it looks quite good, despite all the genre tropes that you can possibly think of. It's releasing physically on PlayStation 5, PS4, and Xbox in March next year. Train Sim World 5 is releasing physically on PlayStation 5 in March next year, and it's pretty much what it says on the tin. It's one for the extra hardcore choo-choo enthusiasts as you drive a train and you can look out the windows from the eyes of the passengers. Reviews seem to indicate the PC version was a bit buggy, but par for the tracks with the series. 101 Games Collection is releasing physically on the Switch in April next year. This is a compilation of two previous releases, two 30-in-1 games, plus it's got 40 new games here, which I think that adds up to 100. It's been a while since I went to school. Obviously, mostly a bit crap, but probably put together a little bit better than Action 52. Poppy Playtime Triple Pack is getting a physical release on Nintendo Switch and Xbox in April next year. It's already out on PS5, and it's self-explanatory. Those who enjoy the Five Nights at Freddy's games can probably get on board with this one, and I've heard they're actually really good, even if they are, streamer bait, one for the Twitch crowd. Secret Neighbor plus Hello Engineer. The Neighborhood Bundle is a double pack of Hello Neighbor games, both of which I had no idea existed. One is a horror game in line with the normal series, whereas the other one is more like a puzzle physics game. Who knew the neighbor was so versatile? Murder and construction, what a guy! It's releasing February next year. Arcade Tycoon is available for pre-order right now at Premium Edition Games. As always, full disclosure, I work with them a little bit. But yeah, you can pre-order this business management game over on their website via the link in the description. It's a very addictive game as you build up your arcade empire from a small shed in your garden to like a giant warehouse place. There are a couple of editions available, and if you live outside of the US of A, you can order from VGP. Alright, let's jump into some import announcements. Links down below for these are for Play Asia, and if you click the link you can get 5% off with the code Jordan24. Silver Axe, the Honest Elf Master Edition, is a pretty cool looking upcoming import exclusive Metroidvania type thing. You play as a cute little elf. Visually, the game is on the simple side, but probably fun, and this physical release includes all the DLC, as well as releasing in just a couple of weeks. Another one from Leoful, where they announce it and release it almost in the same breath. I appreciate that. It's a Southeast Asian exclusive release with English. Night Slashers Remake is getting a physical release in Japan in February next year with English. I'm a bit surprised about this since I think the game itself was considered to be all round a bit shite. A poor remake with a terrible art style. It's like if Streets of Rage 4 had a stroke. I would be very surprised if it got a Western physical release, but it was published by Forever Entertainment, who do have their own physical arm, so it may happen, who knows. S.T.A.L.K.E.R. Legends of the Zone Trilogy could, and perhaps should have been, one of the most exciting imports to look forward to. It's releasing in Japan, January next year. 3 S.T.A.L.K.E.R games, 1 package, should be amazing. Unfortunately, it's a download required release, and a heavy download at that. So despite it having English, it's probably not going to be worth importing unless like something changes. It's not going to be on a proper cart as far as we know. Sonic Wings Reunion is releasing in May next year in Japan on Switch and PlayStation 5. It will have English, and of course, there's plenty of time for some kind of Western physical to be announced. Details are thin on the ground, but I believe it's a new entry in the Aero Fighters franchise rather than a game compilation. There is a standard edition as well as a collector's edition available for pre-order right now. Meg's Monster is an import exclusive physical coming in April next year, so again, plenty of time for something Western to be announced. It's a JRPG that's really cute, only a handful of hours long, but very, very well received, going by reviews over on Steam, and many say it has a story that will make you cry, which is always nice, I suppose. The Medical Examination Diary, Teamwork in Paradise, is a bit of a miracle because it's a visual novel from Entagram that will have English. Play Asia don't say it yet, but having researched and triple-checked various sources, this Bishoujo will in fact have English. Hopefully meaning going forward, Entagram will be more willing to do this in the future. I mean, they have like hundreds of Switch visual novels. None of them have English apart from this one. And I'm sure Bishoujo fans will like it if, they continue to do English, because there's a lot of boobs out there. I've got to say it. Looking at the artwork for both the standard and collector's editions, you can see what this is all about. It's prime time bait. I believe this contains 3 short visual novels in one package, and it's one for fans of giant boob nurses and doctors. I'm sure it's a masterpiece. And there we have it, just a few new physical game announcements. Let me know which has taken your interest the most, and if you want to pre-order any of them, please do use the links down below. That massively helps support me. I greatly appreciate it, and I hope you all enjoy the final embers of your weekend. Take care.